In 2017, a man sat down with a keyboard, a flat pastel screen, and an internet connection and casually rewrote how we teach 13.8 billion years of history. No classroom, no chalkboard, just a video titled History of the Entire World, I Guess. It wasn't a documentary, it was a cultural lightning strike. Today, we're diving into the impact of one of the most iconic YouTube videos ever made and what it says about how we learn, laugh, and remember. Before he gave the world a timeline, Bill Wurtz gave us songs about school, jazz, and apples. He's not a historian, not a filmmaker. He's a one-man band, animator, editor, and existential poet, all hiding behind rainbow gradients and deadpan humor. His content was weird, unfiltered, sometimes incomprehensible, but fans knew there was genius behind the absurdity. When History of the Entire World, I Guess, dropped, it didn't just go viral, it changed the rules. It's fast, absurdly fast. You go from single-celled organisms to Genghis Khan in under a minute, and yet you remember it. Why? Because your brain loves speed when it's paired with unpredictability. Wurtz delivers historical facts like punchlines. His transitions are chaotic but intentional. You're laughing, but you're also learning, and you don't even realize it. But let's not mistake style for shallowness. Under the neon chaos, Wurtz tackles real history: the agricultural revolution, colonialism, the Cold War, religion, industrialization, nuclear war. Every major theme gets a moment, even if it's wrapped in irony. In 20 minutes, he explores the futility of conquest, the birth of empire, the tragedy of war, and the absurdity of human ambition. And somehow, he makes it feel fun. It wasn't just a history video, it became a language. Memes were born. The sun is a deadly laser. Hey, can we go invade somewhere else? These lines became pop culture currency for a generation raised online. High schoolers quoted it, teachers played it, streamers reacted to it, even historians respected it. Because for once, history wasn't being sold as dry dates, but as a chaotic, hilarious, bittersweet adventure. In an age where attention is currency, Wurtz proved that you don't need a lecture hall to teach. Just clarity, creativity, and a bit of existential dread. It became a teaching tool, not because it's complete, but because it makes students curious. They laugh, and then they Google. That spark, that's the start of real education. In a way, History of the Entire World, I guess, wasn't just a viral video, it was a call to arms. It told creators, you don't have to look or sound like everyone else, you just have to care and be brave enough to try something weird. The video opened a portal. Since then, educational YouTube has exploded, with channels embracing personality, art, and storytelling. Yes, the world is chaotic. History is violent, absurd, messy, but it's also beautiful, because in all the empires, inventions, and invasions, we see ourselves. That moment, that's not a joke. That's a pause for grief, for Hiroshima, for colonized nations, for everything history tends to skip. Wurtz gives us a moment to feel it. Today the video sits at over 175 million views, but its true impact isn't numbers. It's in the thousands of creators it inspired, the classrooms it entered, and the minds it awakened. It showed us that learning doesn't have to be a chore, it can be a story, a song, a surprise. History of the Entire World, I guess, isn't just funny. It's deeply existential. The speed, the tone, the quiet nihilism, it reflects something about our times. A generation overwhelmed by climate change, war, AI, and misinformation suddenly sees its fears wrapped in pastel colors and musical jokes. The video says what we often feel, this is all a bit much, but here we are. And strangely, that honesty comforts us. For Gen Z, humor and trauma often coexist. That's why this video resonates. It's both history lesson and meme. They don't want perfection, they want authenticity. Wurtz gave them permission to learn in their own language, chaotic, ironic, and real. He proved that even complex ideas can thrive in internet culture if told the right way. Don't underestimate the sound. Wurtz doesn't just narrate, he composes the narrative. Every chime, piano note, and laser beam is part of the rhythm. It's not background noise, it's architecture. The soundtrack pulls you through time, like music carrying a scene in a movie. History of the entire world, I guess, might seem like a joke, but it's also a time capsule, a record of how we felt about history in 2017, confused, amused, and maybe a little lost. Years from now, historians might look at this video the way we look at 18th century satire, not just entertainment, but commentary on who we were and how we coped. So what now? The real legacy of this video isn't its virality, it's what it unlocked. A future where history isn't locked in textbooks, but lives on TikTok, animation, interactive timelines, even VR. Wurtz opened the gates. Now it's our turn to walk through and tell the next chapter of history differently. If this video made you see history a little differently, imagine what else you've missed. Hit subscribe, join the journey, and help us bring forgotten stories back to life, one timeline at a time.